Welcome back to another Backpage gaming video. Today you are joining myself and Robbie.
Hello.
So we're looking at Aouar today, and Robbie was the one who's used him, so why don't you give us a little talk about him, Rob?
So yeah, obviously I'm a bit of a League One French boy this year. I've got quite a few. I've obviously got Neymar and Tradable, which led me to getting Backpage in. I got Desai from the Baby Icon pack, if you've not seen that video, which is pretty nice. So I thought it was a bit of a no-brainer. I think it's probably the best value Freeze SBC that we've had so far.
Easily the best value one.
He's coming in at just over like 100k, like 101k on Xbox, which I think with fodder as well, you could do it very easily. I did it from the club easily enough.
It's only an 85 into it. So
yeah, that's all you need.
Too crazy.
I think the main price point comes from it being 80k, which is required. But if you've got the players linking together, it's easy enough to do from the club.
So, what was your first impressions of the card? What game mode did you try him in? What positions? Etc. etc.
So I used him in Division 1, Division Rivals, which obviously is very sweaty.
Very sweaty indeed.
And first impressions, he felt very, very nice on the ball. Obviously, he's not the tallest, he's like 5'9". And he just felt, like when a player feels smooth and silky.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not always the case, when people, either it's bad gameplay or people just feel clunky. He wasn't that at all. Like, he genuinely did feel very nice. It's like a Neymar
type of feel or something. He's always going to feel good when you use him.
Yeah. But all his dribbling stats are like high 80s, which is what you want,
they're
really.
Not like nutty though, are they? There's no 90s or anything.
No, they're all like balanced, which is a good thing, I suppose. Rather than having
true.
Like one that's high and then some that are low.
I think Aouar's always had that kind of feel about him though, even his normal cards have always felt weirdly nice on the ball. I don't know for what reason, but he's just one of those players that can just suits the game, it seems, every year. So now I know that team of the season last year, I really enjoyed it.
Oh, that was crazy, I loved it.
Towards the end of the game, he had mental stats. And speaking of mental stats, you look at this card, and it's a weird one for me.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously, the position changed him to striker. He's got 4-star, high, medium. He's got a lot of very desirable traits as well. I know you'll probably get onto them later.
Ooh.
And he's got crazy shooting stats.
Yeah.
But to me, I want to use him centre mid for some reason. Would you say that this is a card that can play centre mid? Could he play on the wing? Because he looks like a very versatile card. But where did you try and what did you think of him in these different positions?
I'd say you can use him like in a variety of positions. I don't think he's particularly good on the wing. Maybe he's lacking a little bit of pace for that. But I'd say for your central positions like striker, centre forward, cam, even centre mid, maybe CDM at a push, I think he'd do a job. So I used him primarily at cam to start with, and then changed up to striker a little bit, and then used him at centre mid a bit as well. So I'd got like a wide array of opinions based on different positions. So cam in a 4-2-3-1.
Okay.
Striker in a 4-4-2, and centre mid in a 4-4-2 as well.
Okay.
So quite a variety. And the one thing I will say is that he just felt very nice wherever he was. He's the type of, you're not going to use him as a defensive midfielder.
Oh no, definitely not.
So I use him alongside the Freeze Marquinhos, which is a very defensive centre mid.
Yeah.
And I think they partner each other very well. He's one of those players that I like picking up like the ball quite deep and then carrying it forward with the centre mid and just adding to the attack that way. And he's very good at doing that. He's got the pace, obviously, he feels very fast. I used a Hunter on him, which obviously gives him like 97 pace or something crazy. And just picking the ball up deep, doing 1-2s, getting on the ball. Just get on the ball with him as much as possible, and he will like find the space.
Makes the transition passes, really.
Yeah.
I think it's important to have that type of player though this year. If you are playing a 4-4-2, to have that transition player.
Yeah.
That can carry you quickly up the pitch, because he has got the pace. Obviously, he's not slow.
No.
And he has got the dribbling. So it's worth mentioning, I haven't done this card, and I've been really teetering on the fence about whether to do him or not. I know he's only 100k, but I feel like I always fall into that trap of doing about 1 million SBC cards.
Yeah.
And lamenting the choices that I've made over the year. Later in the year, once team of the season and all that shit comes out.
Yeah.
So to me, he's kind of a weird choice because I've got Neymar and Mbappe already. I do play 4-2-3-1 mainly, and with you having said that he's not amazing on the wing, I'm like, because I love Neymar and Mbappe.
Yeah.
Everyone who watches already knows that Neymar is, my brother, my father, my sister, my mother. He's everything to me.
Yeah.
And Mbappe is untradeable, so and I feel like Mbappe's probably going to be a better striker than Aouar, and I feel like Neymar's going to be a better cam than Aouar, but I want to do Aouar.
Yeah.
So if you were in my position, would you say I should complete him?
Well,
where would he play in my team?
I'm in sort of the same position as you.
Yeah, to some extent, I suppose.
I've got the Neymar untradeable. Yeah. But I think Mbappe is one of those players that will be a mainstay in my team. Just because of how good he is. So I'd say I'm in a pretty similar sort of position to you, other than the fact that I've got like a French icon, which helps get him in, definitely.
Yeah.
But with your untradeable Mbappe, I think it's a no-brainer to get him in. You've been struggling for links all year.
Yeah.
He's a strong link. You can play him centre mid. He is very good at centre mid. You may think 60 defending is not the best, but he's got the tenacity.
He's got a shadow on him.
Yeah, shadow. He's got 6-7 defending. That's fine.
Alright.
Yeah. He's fast enough as well. I think half the time defending's just showing up. If he's in the positions, he will nick the ball. And then obviously
I remember I played Firmino CDM at one point, and he wasn't even that shocking. He was, like you say, I suppose there is to some extent, just if they are there, they're in the way. And the AI blocks, I suppose, this year
exactly
are that strong that that's what that's pretty much the entire battle won, really, isn't it? If you've got the player there.
Yeah.
You see, I am being convinced.
I think in terms of attacking centre mids, you're not going to get a better one for a while. That'll get in your team.
The other problem.
You've got Renato Sanchez, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got Renato Sanchez, which is like.
Do you think you could play him as a defensive one?
Probably. I mean, Renato's an absolute animal. I think he's one of those cards that's always going to do well. And I suppose if I did go to a 4-1-2-1-2, I think
players that
play 4-1-2-1-2, to me, I haven't even used the card, but this card is a no-brainer if you play in a 4-1-2-1-2.
Yeah.
Because you've got your defensive CDM. Obviously, there's maybe like a Kante or someone, and then you've got two absolute box-to-box legends like Aouar and maybe Renato.
Yeah.
You're gonna be laughing, aren't you? I suppose with this card.
Yeah. He's not the weakest as well, but he's not the strongest. 74 strength. I think he can.
Not terrible.
Yeah. He's not the tallest, but he's got a low centre of gravity, which helps him in that aspect definitely. And just pressing from the front, when you play him at striker, is very good. It's got. Obviously, it's not high defending for a CDM, but in terms of a striker, it's quite high, which definitely helps him.
Definitely. Well, he's got 74 aggression. He's a really balanced card, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a really. Don't get me wrong. I am conflicted about doing him, but he is a really good card. I can recognise.
Yeah. A
good card. So.
I think for people that maybe haven't got the Neymars and Mbappes of this world as well, he's good enough to play striker. He's going to be like an X-Factor
player, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. For 100k. Yeah. Another thing worth noting as well, we are sticklers for weak foot. He's got the weak foot upgrade, now 4-star. And you can tell it's been upgraded as well. It does feel very nice.
That's always nice. I think, especially on a centre mid, I think people sometimes underrate how important weak foot is.
Yeah.
Because I suppose I'm just looking at cards around the similar price range. You're looking at like Harry Kane, Zaha, first and foremost Zaha, that is.
Yeah.
Like a Texiera, Lewandowski, Vardy. I'd say Aouar probably shits on all of these cards.
Definitely, yeah. And if you can do it from the club, you like
That's the thing as well, I suppose. I think I'll have to do him. I think I'll do it. You know what? You've convinced me.
That's good.
I'm going to do him.
Yeah.
Because I suppose he's always going to have a place, isn't he?
Yeah, he'll always be viable. Just looking at his stats, you can tell he's a good player. And for like I say, those that aren't as well off as us, he can be a staple in your team. Either as a cam or a striker, he'll do a job.
So why don't you take us into the end card?
So this week we've gone for an 8.5 out of 10 for our mate Aouar. I'd say that's fair.
He's lacking the 5-star in either of them, isn't he?
He's not got the 5-star. He's not got the 96 pace, which is obviously not going to give him a 10.
That's missing usually on. But to be fair, for 100k, I suppose you can't really.
No, yeah. So that's why I've gone for a 9 value for coins. Obviously, he's not dirt cheap, but 100k is not really anything at this point in the game.
Would you say it's underpriced? Do you think? Would you pay more for it?
I'd say so. Yeah.
Say if you're doing it from from absolute scratch.
Yeah. I'd say so. Yeah, I'd say he's worth more than 100k. I think comparing him to the other SBCs that have been, they are way expensive.
Well, I say it's not difficult. This promo, in my opinion, has been absolute hot gobble.
It's not been best.
In my opinion, it's been so boring and
yeah. # bring back Footmas.
In it, Footmas is honestly... Footmas died for this.
Yeah.
For these cards that literally foot free. I'm not getting into it.
So links, we've gone for Mbappe, obviously. Great player. You could play like Aouar at cam, him at striker. That'd be a good link up. Depay, obviously, if you've got the moments one, or you could get the inform, which is pretty good. Obviously, a strong link to the Lyon. And I've also gone for Alessandrini, who was an SBC as well, the flashback
also
one.
Quite a good value.
Yeah, he was very good value as well. We did a review on him. I think he was like 100k as well.
I think it was about the same price.
I've done both of them from the club. Obviously, my team is very French at the minute.
That would be really nice.
Yeah, definitely. And then position, best position wise, I feel like striker cam if you're maybe not the richest and not got anyone else. Big, he's like a 91 striker of a hunter.
A bit more attacking.
Yeah, if you've got like your big boys already, then he'd be a great centre mid.
Fun fact: first card we've put 2 chem styles on.
Yeah.
For the
so if you're using him as a striker, get a hunter on him. Gives him like 97 pace, 94 shooting. Using as a CDM centre mid, get a shadow on him. 97 pace, 67 defending.
I'll tell you what, we are so smart. Hunter and an attacker and shadow on a defensive player.
200 IQ play. Alright, well,
that's say 100k. It. Yeah. Can't complain, can you?
Go for it. Have a good time. And he's also going to come to the Gooners.
You wish. Even I wouldn't come to Gunners at a minute, mate. And that's saying something. So, I hope you've enjoyed the review. As always, everybody, let us know if you've done the SBC in the comments below, what you thought of the card. Drop us a like, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.